Hey everybody, I am Dana Elise, and I am here to give you a little tip pointer video for the wood photo transfer that you might have seen in the past couple of days. There was a video that came up online and a lot of people have thought, hey, that'd be really cool to try. And I've seen a lot of questions on answer or on message boards and whatnot about people trying to do it, and they're having a little bit of trouble with figuring out if they should be using InkJet or laser. So I would like to point out here in this video the difference between using an InkJet print and a laser print. And most of the sites haven't really specified which you should be using unless people ask which you should be using. The specific type that you should be getting is the laser print. It will come out better, and I will show you that in just one moment. It'll come out sharper, clearer, all that. If you don't have a laser printer, you can go to Staples, Kinko's, anywhere like that, and they're about, I think, 15 to 20 cents a copy, and you can get it on any size that you want. I had, for my last project, I did 6x9s, and I also, all right, first let me start out with, here is the copy with the laser print. So you can see it's very crisp, clear, you can see all the detail in it, it's awesome. Those are my two nieces, it's a photo that I took of them. So this is the laser print copy. And then I also did it because a lot of people are like, well, I did it with the InkJet and it worked fine. And other people said I did it with the InkJet and it didn't work. Some people said that they did it with laser and it didn't work. So I did it with both. So here is the InkJet copy right here. So as you can see, the InkJet, it's a little bit faded. I mean, you can still see it kind of, but it's not as crisp. Here it is alongside the laser print. So the InkJet and the laser print. And they are both black and white copies. Both these photos were black and white. You do have to mirror the image so that it comes out correctly. Otherwise, it'll come out backwards. So again, InkJet, laser print. The InkJet kind of seems like all it did was take the wood and stain it with the ink. And some people were saying that their images weren't coming on clear, so I do want to just go over that you do need the gloss gel, the gel medium. I got the gloss heavy gel. It doesn't really seem to make much of a difference if you get gloss heavy or gloss medium, but they do both need to be gel mediums. And I got the Liquitex version. So if you can see that, you might not be able to see that, it might be too fuzzy. But it is the Liquitex Professional Gloss Heavy Gel Medium, and I'll put a link to that in the bottom. You can get it online at Walmart, Target, Michael's, all those places. I actually went and got it in store at Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby has just about everything in store, so they did have this in store. So that was a plus. Then you're going to finish your masterpiece with the Mod Podge matte, and that'll just make everything really crisp and glossy. And that's the Mod Podge matte right there, and it'll look wonderful and beautiful. And I also wanted to point out, because a couple of people were asking if you had to do it in black and white or if you could do it in color. So here's my black and white copy, black and white, and here is my laser color copy. So you can really do it in either. They will both come out both very crisp, very clean. The color comes out great. You get all the detail. And so that's really nice to work with, where you can do either or. I did do another one, which I didn't have on camera right away, but this is my New York City skyline that I did. I took that photo when I was in New York recently, and so I transferred it onto the wood. And then these actually aren't completely finished yet. I do have to stain them still, but you can stain the wood at the same time. Just make sure that when you are putting the stain on them, that depending on how heavy you want to wipe it off right away, because the longer you leave it on, the more it will stain. So if you want to do like a light color where it's just like, oh, that's beautiful and finished and rustic, just put it on real quick, wipe it off. And if you want it to be darker, get a darker stain, but darker, leave it on longer, then do the dark. And you want to make sure that if you're going to do the picture with the stain, don't put the matte on before you stain it. I don't want my picture getting stained, so I put the matte on first, and then I'll be doing the sides with the stain. So that is that with the, so again, laser, color, black and white, inkjet. Inkjet's not as, inkjet's not as great. It does kind of just look like a watercolor type thing. So I would definitely recommend, if you want it to come out crisp, clean, clear, all that, use LaserJet, go to Staples, Kinko's, whatever, get a laser printer. If you have a laser printer, awesome, even better. A couple of other tips that I want to add. Before you start, measure your surface, because if you don't measure your surface, you don't know how big your picture is going to be. If you want it to go all the way out to the edges, you want to make sure that it's the right length to go out to all the edges. If you don't want it to go out the edges, you want it to be smaller than the area. These are 6x9s. I got these at Hobby Lobby also. They do have other sizes. You can do 8x11s, 5x7s. You can do the square, so if you want to take one of your Instagram photos and put it on some wood, boom, do that. Anyway, just make sure that you measure it before you print out your copies, because you don't want to go and spend money to get your copies printed and then come back and put them on your board and they're too small or too big and you cut off some of the image, or it just looks really tiny on your board. So make sure you measure everything beforehand. Another thing that I like to do, and you don't have to do this, I just like to do it because it makes it more crisp. It picks up more of the image and less of it goes when you're cleaning the paper off. I like to sand my wood before I put the image on it. So I just quickly sand it down, make sure it's all soft and everything, get the wood nice and smooth, and then I put the image down and it makes for a really smooth and lovely picture. And you also can leave it as is. If you want it to be more rough and have more texture in the picture, that's fine too, depending on what type of wood you get. These were actually pretty smooth to begin with. I only had to do light sanding. You can do any type of wood, really. If you want to go out and cut down a tree and put it on a tree, I don't know why you would want to do that, but you know, if you do, you can do that. But anyway, and yeah, so I picked up some paintbrushes, have my gloss gel, my mat, my measuring tape, my sanders, my pre-destined photos of beautification, and yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you liked this video and think that these were good tips, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do put out funny videos. I put out entertaining videos. I put out tutorials. I put out musics. Yeah, I put out music. I do cover songs sometimes. And yeah, other stuff. It's super fun time. I just like to create stuff. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, comment below. Like, subscribe, join me, because I think making stuff is awesome.